Welcome back. Now, there are over 326,000 self-employed workers in Ireland who aren't entitled to many of the rights that PAYE workers enjoy, including long-term sick pay, but that all changed for the better on Friday.
With us to explain and to tell you how to further protect your income is financial advisor Paul Merriman of askpaul.ie. Good morning to you, Paul. How are you?
Good morning. How are things?
So, as Simon mentioned, new changes to the rules from Friday. What entitlements did self-employed workers not have prior to Friday, and what's changed?
Well, they basically had nothing. So there's nothing at all. So if they're out work sick or anything like that, they got nothing from the state. So it was actually... it's actually quite shocking, especially when you consider the amount of self-employed people. As Simon said, there's 326,000 self-employed people in the country. Like, that's a phenomenon. There's only 304,000 public sector workers.
It's incredible to read that statistic, isn't it? I was shocked to see that.
Yeah, so more self-employed in public sector. So I think it's about time that they brought it in. So basically what happened on Friday was they brought in the invalidity pension is now available to the self-employed. So that works out about €200 a week, about 10,000 a year. Now, the only thing is a bit of confusion out there in the market. So what that basically happened was you have to be off work for a year before you qualify and be able to prove the social security you're going to be off for another year as well. So it's not great, but it's a move in the right direction. So it's a better move for self-employed. But again, you need to be off for a year and you need to be kind of prove the social security you're going to be off for another year. So that's a big difference.
Okay, so that's a small percentage of people who would be that unwell to be off for a year.
Exactly. I mean, you look at the kind of PAYE workers, they get the state sickness benefit. That just kicks in straight away as soon as you're off work. So again, it's a great move for self-employed, and it's kind of the government showing some support for the self-employed sector. This is estimated to cost the revenue about, or social welfare, about 26 million a year.
Are the self-employed going to have to pay more for these entitlements?
No, they're not actually, which is a good move, because it was expected that Regina Doherty was going to up the PRSI level from 4%, but they didn't. They left that alone, which is great. So it doesn't cost anything else anymore for the self-employed. So look, like I said, it's a great move. I don't want to dampen it. I think it's great for self-employed people to get some recognition, but I think more needs to come in the back of this.
There's a lot of products out there for the self-employed, of which I'm one, and I have to be aware of, is that, but in particular in the area of income protection, because, you know, traditionally, if you're self-employed and you're not working, tough. A, you don't get paid, and B, you don't get any benefits for it.
Yeah,
how do self-employed people...
From a financial planning point of view, income protection is probably the most important product for everybody, including PAYE workers, because they're off sick. It's only about 12,000 a year, 1,000 a month that they qualify for. But for the self-employed, like I said, there's nothing, and you have to wait a year, be off work for a year first, and then wait for another year. It's a big time lapse. So income protection is the most important product out there, in my opinion, for anybody who's self-employed to have. So basically, you can insure yourself up to 75% of your income if you're self-employed, which is great. And as soon as you're off work, there's going to be kind of different deferred periods from different providers in the marketplace. So you can be off for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, or 26 weeks. You have to be off that term first before you qualify for income protection benefit, and then it kicks in. So you basically. But
when you say it covers 75%, is it, of your income?
Up to 75%.
Is that on your previous year's income?
Yes, it will be self-employed. Yeah.
So is that how you're eligible then, by paying your PRSI of the previous?
No, sorry. Income protection is a benefit you have to pay for. It's like a life insurance contract.
Okay.
So you just take an income protection policy out.
You mentioned for PAYE workers as well. I know we're concentrating self-employed.
Yeah, we are. So it's very important. It's very important for PAYE people as well, because if you're a PAYE or an employee, you're only going to get, like I said, about 1,000 a month. And again, if you look at the cost of rent at the moment alone, it's only going to cover your rent. So if you've got kids, you've got car repayments, loan repayments, as soon as your income stops, that's it. I always say to people that ask you about income protection, what is it? It's like if you had a cash machine in your house, an ATM machine that was spitting out €50 every couple of hours. You'd insure it. So it's the exact same when it comes to yourself as being self-employed or a PAYE. You insure your income. It's the most important thing to insure.
Now, without naming them, there are obviously better products out there. But is it a case of tailoring it to your specific needs?
It is. Look, like anything, so we always listen on the show, sit down with a financial advisor and make sure you get the correct advice and make sure you run through. There's so many differences in the marketplace. It'd be impossible to get through it all this morning. So really important to sit down and go through.
Because one product might suit one person, but then...
Yeah, exactly. And it's different. It depends on what your occupation is as well. So they're rated from 1 to 4. So 1 would be like an accountant sitting at a desk all day, and 4 would be...
An actor.
You can't get quoted for it.
There you go.
One could be actually, Viva would quote you for an actor. But fairness, so it's level 1 to 4. 4 would be like a builder, someone that's on their tools all day and really manual work. And there's a big difference in the premium as well.
And is there tax relief?
There is tax relief. So this is 20% or 40%. So whatever your marginal rate of income tax is, you get that off the premium. So this is basically revenue helping you insure your income. which is brilliant. I really think income protection is the best product of
And I suppose this move is expected to benefit everyone, from small business owners to farmers to tradespeople.
Yeah, like I said, anyone that's self-employed, from the revenue, from the social welfare point of view, it's great news. But we just look at the cost. It says here, it's going to cost about 23 million next year to put this in place. However, the social welfare Christmas bonus costs 220 million.
Wow. Okay. So comparatively.
Self-employed, 326,000, backbone economy.
You were saying, Paul, that it's not a huge step, but it's a move in the right direction.
A move in the right direction.
What do you think could be done to help self-employed people more in terms of tax and insurances and benefits?
Well, insurance, from an insurance point of view, it's income protection. Self-employed really need to own this themselves. If you're self-employed, get an income protection policy, protect your income. See people out there with pet insurance and different types of things. They don't have their own income insurance, which is madness in my opinion. So I think from social welfare and from the revenue or from a government point of view, I would like to see the same benefits for the self-employed as PAYE workers. Don't forget, if you're self-employed and you're hiring staff, etc., you're collecting VAT, you're paying PRSI for your staff. You're basically collecting an awful lot of revenue, for revenue commissioners. So you should really be getting something back in return for that, I think.
And as you say, Paul, it's a move in the right direction, but I'm just interested to hear how we may compare favourably or unfavourably with regards to the rest of Europe. Take, for example, the Nordic countries.
Yeah, they get an awful lot of more benefits. They get a hell of a lot more benefits if they're off sick long term. They're same as the PAYE, so it's employees and self-employed are treated very similar on the continent compared to what we get in Ireland.
Are there things we can learn from them?
We can always learn, except from Britain. We had that error.
Well, really interesting anyway to know that, and as you say, move in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely move in the right direction, yeah.
And all the information, of course, will be on your website.
Yeah, it is.
And we'll have info on ours too.
Askpaul.ie for all your financial questions. Brilliant.
Thanks so much, Paul, for joining us this morning.
Thanks for coming in.